Lord, that they may have the treasure of eternal life with you, Lord. Just know the true desire of their heart is just for your love. We just thank you. Thank you, and we glorify you in advance for all of the things you're going to do. Good and faithful, Father, Lord, and you will provide, and we stand on your word and all of your promises with great confidence.
Let's take time now to ask. So we want to ask grace for our team and for our guests. So I just invite you to vocalize a prayer for one or the other. For our team, think of grace that you know we need, maybe something that you're attempting to tonight, and then likewise we're praying for our guests.
Protection, any spiritual battle that might be happening tonight, especially those that may be doubting whether or not they should come tonight. We just ask you that you would send your angel system to follow through, to come.
I told my student, you gotta go.
Power and informs of those helpers. Beverly, you guys want to be in the same group? What's your last name? Okay. Would you like to be in the same group? Great. You're number 5.
Yes, I know.
Kailangan sa sign at kapag.
Staff po ba kayo dito?
Ewan.
Here's your name tag. It's great.
Where's the, is it just on the agenda thing?
Here. Follow it. And then also.
All right, so like Ryan said, welcome to Alpha. We're absolutely delighted to have you here this evening. We're meeting with us tonight. My name is Mary Ann Cristales.
And I'm Ryan Tempest.
And I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm from Carson. And
I think that is a good
and this is my favorite restaurant. My favorite restaurant is Thai food. The one that's like, you guys know that Fong Sweet? Yeah, the people down in the middle. Yes, that Bowl Thai is my favorite restaurant. But anyways, I'm gonna pass the mic to Ryan, who has a fun story for you really quick.
So a little introduction. My name's Ryan Tevis. I'm actually one of the Zion missionary dudes. Raise your hand if you're also a missionary from Zion. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4. So we are part of St. Anthony of Padua Catholic Church. We're like down the block, Zion Mission House. Come say hi. I'm from Orange County, and yeah, it's all right. There's a bit of that beef, you know. I moved to the Bay Area for like 8 years, and then moved down here last year. So I'm kind of new to LA. The cooler part is my parents are not from California. They're from the Philippines. Any Filipinos here? Hey. So my mom is from Boracay. She speaks Kabakana. And my dad, he's from Surigao in Mindanao. He speaks Bisaya. And when they talk to each other, they speak Tagalog. And when they talk to me, they speak in English. And when they talk about stuff, I don't know what they're talking about. So it's a good time, you know? So, anyways, I'd like to start with a joke. Not a joke, a story. So, just this past week, I went on a ski trip. So, I have some friends in Colorado, and we road tripped for 50 plus hours all the way up to Whistler, Canada. So, yeah, it was kind of a lot of driving. So, we skied in Utah, Idaho. We stayed at a friend's house in Olympia, Washington, and I don't know if you were aware, but there's this little virus going around that's scaring a lot of people. And so, in order to cross Canada, you have to get, well, first you need to be vaccinated, and you have to have a negative COVID test. And our group was 8 people. It's a lot of people to make sure that everything was straight, and pretty much lined up perfectly. So it's like the day that we tried to cross the border to Canada, and everyone's vaccinated, and everyone got their COVID test, except for 2 people. And Canada is super strict. So we were scrambling, we were scouring the internet, what place offers same day PCR rapid test, And luckily, we found a place, and the 2 guys that needed a COVID test, they walk in, and they're in this line, and these 2 people just got rejected by the nurse, and we're sorry, we're totally booked, we can't see you. And my 2 friends are like, what are we gonna do? We need a test now, and they just rejected the people in front of them. So my 2 friends said, hey look, we're not from here, we drove 24 hours, we're trying to get to Canada, is there any way you can help us? We're kind of need a favor here. And the nurse says, what are you guys doing here? What are you going to try to go to Canada? And my friend says, oh, we're trying to go skiing in Whistler. And she's like, oh, well, okay, well, let me see what I can do. Let me talk to the doctor. and the doctor comes out and says, hey, no, we're booked out, but we'll give you the tests. We'll sneak you in. So we were really happy. And so my first friend, so both my friends, they swipe their credit cards and they pay for, it's $250. Yeah. And just as one of my friends swipes his credit card, he gets a text message from one of the hospitals that he got a COVID test, and he just got his test results. And we're like, he just paid. And luckily, the nurse says, okay, we'll give you a refund. They snuck him in, they gave him a refund. And then my other friend, there's 2 of them, he obviously didn't get his test, so he did the same day rapid test, paid the $250. And then they said, okay, we got your test, be in 15 minutes. And we're like, okay, cool, everyone's good to go. We got our passports, we got our COVID tests, we got our vaccines, we're good to go. We get into our cars. We have 2 trucks, by the way. It's 8 people, 2 trucks. And we turn on one car, cool. And then the other car, turn the key, it doesn't start. So, alright, no big deal, dead battery, so we left the light on. Yeah, we've done this before, pop the hoods, we hook up, jumper cable, we jump the car, okay, we're good to go, car is totally fine, and both cars are on, both are operating. And then sure enough, my friend, with the dead battery, the car just dies again. It wasn't just a dead battery, it was a broken alternator. And if you know what that is, it's a little machine that charges your car battery. So basically, this car was not going to move for that much longer. And so we're like, what is going on? We're trying to get to Canada. It's not supposed to be this hard. And so we charged the battery again, just so we could travel 4 or 5 miles down to the nearest Toyota dealership, because my friend had a Toyota Tacoma. So we drive to the Toyota dealership. Now get this, one of my friends in the group, this is 8 people, one of the guys is a corporate worker at Toyota. And he calls one of his buddies, he says, hey, I'm a DSPR, I'm a Toyota representative, can you pull some strings? We got a broken down Toyota Tacoma, can you have one of your guys take a look at it, please? We're looking for a favor, we're on the road trying to get to Canada, blah, blah, blah. And long story short, we're camping out at the Toyota dealer, Marysville, Washington, if you want to that up. And what's crazy is they, out of good faith, they fished out a brand new alternator off of a truck on the showroom floor and then just swapped it in. And they didn't even charge us. Yeah, and like what's crazy too is that this was a Saturday evening and some of the tech guys were out, like they weren't working on a Saturday, and they called them in just to help them fix it. And the awesome thing is we finally got both cars working, we took pictures, it was awesome, and we went to the Canada border, presented all our documents, and we made it to the Canadian border, and we got to go skiing in Canada. So that was super awesome. So why did I share that over-elaborate story? I just wanted to share that story because like life has all of these crazy twists and turns. And I want to ask you a question, like you don't have to answer, just in your mind, like why are you here? You know, like maybe your parents dragged you here, maybe you heard an announcement at Mass and you're like, oh, I heard free food, like I'm in, you know? Or like maybe you've been quarantining way too much and you're trying to like meet people, you know what I mean? You're like single and like a dude, you're like, you know? So anyways, whatever the reason may be, like life's got all these crazy turns and it's like all these unexpected variables. I mean, heck, we're still kind of dealing with a lot of unexpected things, you know, stuff, right? And this event, I think, is very special, Alpha, because we're here to really talk about the bigger questions in life that really matter, the meaning of our faith, the meaning of our life, and what is religion, what is God. So we're really happy that you're here. Thanks for being here. Marianne?
Yes, and you didn't have to be here, but you showed. And we just really want to commend you and thank you so much for giving us your time and your presence. And we hope that something tonight will touch you and that you'll invite your friends and family members to attend too. So right now we're going to start our video and we're going to play an Alpha video, and then we're going to be moving the tables. If you would like to help us later, we'll move the tables and we'll have little round circles for open discussion. And then after that, you're free to go. But for now, with further ado, we will play our video and thank you.
What's the weather going to be like? What's happening today? How am I going to fit everything in? But then there are those bigger questions. Like, why am I here? Where am I heading? Is this it? Is there more to life than this?
We don't need this.
These are life's big questions. But there's rarely enough time to think them through.
Because every week is a new video with new people and new free food. But also, most importantly, it adds to your experience and your journey and your growth. So before we get into our group discussions, I just wanted to give a couple announcements. One of them is the bathrooms. For the guys, it's straight ahead. And then for the girls, it's to the right, to my right. So if you need to use the restrooms, feel free to use it at any time. And to really show that we appreciate you being here, if you guys see on the table, there's little tiny candles that has a quote or a verse on there. Go ahead and take one. Those are our gifts to you for being here. So we wanted you to walk away with something, so please take a candle. Feel free to sanitize your hands. I know there's a hand sanitizer after every single one. And if I can have Amador Cristalis raise your hand really quick in the white. Jamie, can you make him raise his hand? Please raise your hand. Okay, can we just give him a round of applause? He actually made all of these candles. Yes. So he made 100 candles for everyone to have and to share. So please take that with you before you leave. Also, as you know, we want to share this Alpha experience with everyone. So we have a flyer. If you are kind of trying to figure out how to invite your friends or your family members, we have a flyer that you can directly send to them as a text message if you just scan this QR code right here. Basically, if you want to open your phones and you open your camera, this QR code, when you tap the middle of the screen, it'll lead you directly to the flyer that you just saw. So it's an easy way to just share this photo to your friends or that flyer to your friends really quickly. You can just screenshot it and then you can send it. So that is the QR code. We'll leave it up here. And the last thing I wanted to say is just direction on how to do our group sharing. After our group sharing, you are free to leave. I apologize, we are running a little bit late, so we will end at 8:30. But if you have to leave, feel free to leave whenever you need to. But right now, we're going to have our host helpers and our hosts to just kind of move the table all the way to the right as far as you can. And we're going to create 8 little circles with our chairs on the left side of it. So if you want to help them, feel free to. But we're pretty much going to have we're going to have like 1 circle here, 2 circle, no, like circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, circle 4, 5, 6, circle 7, and 8. Whatever table you sat on, that is the group that you'll be with. If you don't know, you can always just join whatever group it is. You can. Okay, beautiful. Once your group is settled in, hosts and host helpers, feel free to start your discussion. And again, whenever you're done, you're free to leave, and we hopefully see you next week. Thank you all.
Get to pray with us at the very beginning as we started off with giving thanks to God. And honor all of you for your time and effort and energy. We set up the sound, the food, the small group, the team, the environment for those that helped set up the child care. Thank you to everyone. You guys, wonderful. We had about 50 guests tonight, so that's really excellent. 50 guests came. We've got about, we'll see what happens in upcoming weeks. I'd like to, Mary and Herbie had the idea to put up QR codes so people can invite their friends and tell people to take pictures of that on the way out. A couple people taking pictures. Want to have some space, so we'll do this acknowledging the timing was not planned. We'll figure out ways to streamline things. But afterwards, every time we'll have some time to clean up, debrief a little bit, and then we'll pray together. So we'll back here during this time. But want to connect, want to ask, just to share one thing that was positive, something you saw that went great tonight, something you glory to God for, something that happened. So I invite you to do that, and then I'll invite you to share some feedback after that. First, one more thought. Hey.
Yes, thank you.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, thanks, Brandon and Michael. Thank you. Yeah, and Love and Faith. Yeah, thanks. Choosing Love and Faith.